Hey guys, welcome back once again. For those of you new here, my name is Evie and welcome. Today I'm playing a little bit more Planet Zoo because I actually have a problem. I am addicted to this game. I have been streaming so much of it over the past week that it's actually taken over my life. Oh my lord, sweet, 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 sweet baby Jesus. There is a beautiful baby little Bengal tiger. I completely forgot she was pregnant. I was just had her on in the background. Ugh, I cannot handle the babies in this game. I swear to God, they are the cutest. Look at it. It's so little. It's so... I cannot handle. Just double checking that. They did only have one cub. I'm not actually sure. Let's see how many they can have. They can have 1 to 4. That is crazy. Into birth period. What does that mean? Does that mean like in between cubs? Maybe. I'm not sure. But I'd kind of wished that this rain would go away, but... Oh my god, it just made the cutest sound. Make it again. Do it. Oh. I can't handle this game. It's too cute. But I feel like we need to revamp our zoo a little bit, okay? Some of it's okay, some of it's not. I feel like the pangolin can probably do with a new little hip enclosure. Seeing as I did get rid of the walkway, you cannot access it as a guest anymore. I should probably revamp it. As well as the aardvark and the ridiculous amount of peafowl. But I kind of feel like this isn't even the right spot to have them. Like, I don't know, there's just something that I don't really like about this area. Maybe it's just not big enough. I feel like they're in too small of an enclosure. So I'm thinking maybe I can leave the peafowl there, revamp this section, but move the aardvarks somewhere else. Now I feel like I could probably move the aardvarks over to this little section over here, have a nice big area over here for them to run wild and run free, unless I did the peafowl, because you can actually walk through the peafowl enclosures. You're allowed to do that. Okay, let's start. Let's just box all the animals. Box all animals. Oh, that so much faster. We'll chuck them in the trade center. Same with this one. While we revamp their whole shebang, whole situation. Now, I do know that you can have people walk through the barriers with the peafowl. I don't think I do want that now that I'm thinking about it. I mean, I will do an enclosure very soon that people can walk through. I'll just have to try and figure out what I want it to be. Maybe flamingos or something. That's always funky and cool. Okay, so I think I've changed my mind once again because I'm the most indecisive person that has ever lived. What do we need? We need a guest gate. Why won't you go there? Why won't you let me do that, hey? Why won't you? So it looks like my plans have changed once again. We're not going to walk through the habitat because it's being a right rat bag and just not allowing me to do so. So let's, over this side, create a nice little, maybe just a slight pond of some kind for them. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit of water. It's nice for them to have something. And I'm going to be putting in a waterfall, mainly because nobody's here to stop me. I feel like that could be cute. I mean, I kind of wish it would stop raining, but I don't know if I can actually make that happen in challenge mode. Okay, just a little waterfall, nothing too aggressive. Just something cute for the peafowl, you know. Let's terrain this little area here. I'm going to say heavy soil. That is too big. We'll chuck some rough rock over near the other rocks. I like the fact that if you do put that like waterfall bottom, it actually makes it look like the water's moving, whereas all the water in this game is still, which can be a little bit disappointing sometimes. Now the peafowl like their area pretty flat and nothing too exciting, so we might just keep it like that. I think I'll put their hard shelter over here. Let's go with that. Their habitats, beds and shelters. Oh my god, there's a bird at my window and it scared me. I thought it was a person. Well, that got my heart racing. What else do they need in their habitat? They should be fine with water in that. I don't think I'll have to give them a little fountain anymore. I will need to give them a feeding platform though. Let's go with that. Nice and up close for the guests to see, as well as enrichment items. I feel like I should nearly have them all fully unlocked. We'll go a slow feeder over here. A nice mobile mirror. We'll chuck that there. Why not, you know? We'll throw the water, little spinny doodads, over the back near the actual water. And what is there? The herb-scented marker. Actually, let's chuck... I feel like they loved that. So we might move this bad boy over here, give them something a little bit closer to their house. And a herb-scented marker. Now the thing I don't fully understand is, do they still need that food bowl if they have the big foraging box? Because I feel like they nearly don't use it. Okay. Let's add in some more decorations, shall we? I mean, now that I've kind of said I didn't want glass on that one, I think I do. Let's chuck the animals. Oh, there's so many peafowl. Samantha, because I'm Samantha. Okay, let's bring them back in here. Now, I know that this is not right, but I do need to see how much coverage they can have before I go decking it out. Oh, that beautiful, beautiful sound of guest sync tickets are underpriced. What are they, 15? $20 it is. Because I'm pretty sure they don't like too much coverage, but... What facilities with power, without power? I swear I put a power facility in there. When did that disappear? That's bizarre, because I had them right here. How strange. Okay, let's chuck in a water and power, because otherwise the tiger's going to be swimming in some nasty, nasty water. Okay, we've got one of the peafowl in. Let's go environment. See, they're happy with like just that, and that is so boring. It just seems so boring. Okay, so Asia, temperate, tropical, and grassland. So I feel like let's throw just some stuff and things around the outside over here. I just feel like they need something. Like, you can't just have nothing in your enclosure. Maybe I can give them just a nice tree or something over the back here. But then that pretty much gets rid of all of the coverage that I have to use. Okay, maybe I will just speed over this. Okay, so that is the updated enclosure. It's nothing too special. I didn't really want to rework the terrain there because I knew it would end up messing around all of the paths that I had, so they're happy with just a little flat ground anyway. I've given them a little bit of water, even though they technically don't need it. And all of the enrichment goodies that they do have there. I mean, it's not anything fancy. They don't like too much coverage, so I didn't give them too much coverage. Actually, can I? Yeah, they're pretty happy with that. They didn't like the arrow. Is that gonna annoy them? Can I leave that there? It's kind of nice having something a little bit different. I'm gonna leave it. If it gets worse, I'll do something about it. Let's add some more of these little plants in. Chuck one there. Just make it blend in ever so slightly. Because it's not always the best idea to just have plants on one side and not carry it kind of all over the enclosure. I kind of want to put another rock over here. I know rocks are just like, why? Why is she putting rocks everywhere? But I also have no self-control. You guys should know this. We're on episode 5 of this. You should know by now. But okay, let's... What is that guy doing? Oh, he's really leaning into point and see. Okay, perfect. No problem. But there we go. Hopefully that's enough space. I mean, there should be about 12 million peafowls about to be delivered there. Okay, let's just watch this for a second to see. Because it really was a problem for a small time there. Oh, there's too much short grass. Maybe I could add the long ones back. We'll see. Now there's not enough hard shelter because there is too many peafowl. I'm really tempted just to leave. I think I'm going to leave it because I'm going to get rid of so many peafowl soon. It's not even going to be funny. I mean, they've still got plenty of space. That's perfect. That's what I need. I mean, if I add some more hard shelter, then I technically don't have to get rid of the peafowl. Okay, I've talked myself into it. Okay, perfect. That is a-okay. Let's actually add a little bit of soil. I feel like I know I said I was done, but look, here we are. Just tweaking it ever so slightly. The red panda is about to have offspring. Everything's just happening all at once in this zoo. We know that's how it happens. Okay. There, I think I'm done now. That should be fine. I shouldn't have to worry about the peafowl. There should be no breeding until they are no longer juveniles. And then I'll have to worry about it all over again because potentially they are female, they're brother and sisters. I don't know how many they can have. I don't know if it's usually just one or if they can have a whole bunch of them. There we go. Why does that just look like a straight up adult? Oh no, it is a bit smaller. Okay, I think one is usually the normal amount. What have we had? A little boy, Yo-chan, Yao-chan, Yao-chan. I'll say Yao-chan. Let's see, actually. I'm intrigued. How many can they have? 1 to 3. Holy smokes. Okay. That's more than expected. Okay, that should be fine. There should be no problems with that whatsoever. We'll let them go. Now, let's get on to the aardvark situation. But let's do something a little bit fun for the aardvarks. Let's terraform ever so slightly. Now, the fun and frustrating thing about terraforming is, for some reason in this game, they decided that all... Like, I understand probably why they did it. It's just too hard to make it look realistic, some of the animations. But all of the, like, habitat enrichment things have to sit on flat ground. It can be an absolute nightmare sometimes to try and get them a habitat to look nice because you've got so many just flat levels. So if you are trying to do, like, a terrain-rich enclosure, it can be a bit average. Okay, I think that should be a good size for the new enclosure, which will be the aardvarks, of course. We'll add a habitat gate on here. Let's see what size we've got going. Plenty of space. Let's chuck in Aardvarks? Is that how it's spelled? That doesn't look right, but we're going to commit to that. No, I think I probably will make maybe this rock as well, and then this little corner here can be their little, like, view into the actual bedding, hard shelter area where maybe they can be snuggling up, hiding from it all, which is nice now because I believe I called it two-way glass the last episode, which is hilarious because all glass is two ways. What I meant was one-way glass. So we now have that so people can see in, but the pandas cannot see out. The pandas? Wow, the aardvarks cannot see out. And then I will build a nice little enclosed area above it for them. So again, I will do a nice little speed through of that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to start this little speed run. No, speed build. Why do I say speed run every single time? With the hard shelter of this enclosure for the little varkies. I'm just bringing it off the edge of the other mountain to make it nice and funky and fresh and kind of make it look like it's meant to be there. Like a nice cohesive area. I don't know if I've 100% nailed it, but I'm pretty happy with it. Just giving them a nice little sunken kind of cave feel to their hard shelter, giving them a nice little place to hide. Now next up I decided to do something crazy and wild and something that you guys haven't seen on this channel before, and it was make a river in the enclosure. Now, making a river on a sloped kind of terrain is really hard in this game. It's not as simple as it would seem because the water doesn't run. So you have to make like flat little levels and then have special effects trickling over to make it look like it is running water. You'll see what I mean in a minute as I do here. And as I'm trying to do this, it decides to snow. Yep, you heard correctly, snow. And it snowed a lot. It doesn't usually snow in this game for me, so I was very surprised and kind of frustrated because I couldn't see what I was doing. So I decided to say, screw that, I'm doing the waterfall and nobody can stop me now. So I chuck in a waterfall as per usual because every single one of my habitats I'm pretty sure is going to end up with a waterfall and nobody can stop me. So if you don't like waterfalls, this may not be the channel for you. But I just go ahead, tweak that ever so slightly. I have that nice platform there that goes across. It looks like it's going across water, but there's really no water running under it, which allows the aardvarks to cross that as well as the keepers can use that to get across to the bedding area if they do need to clean and whatnot. So it is traversable with the aardvarks. I did check later, as well as the keepers can walk across it, which is very nice. I go ahead and just bring the actual path around, just so I have a rough idea of what I'll need to place on the outside. I go ahead and add the information stuff because I like to get that done and out of the way before I forget, because I am notorious at forgetting. Sometimes I feel weird about placing like screens and information boards just on glass. I feel like it looks really boring, so I go ahead and make my own little platform. I do recommend, if you are trying to learn to build in this game, sometimes it is easier to build away from where you want it and then move it into place. I just go and add some few more rocks, mainly because the ripple was coming out of the waterfall and I was trying to hide it. But yeah, that's about it. I then recommend, if you are going to, of course you're going to be adding plants to this, to add the enrichment stuff first, because I feel like you can make it look like they're placed a lot more strategically if you then place the plants around it, rather than if you place the plants first and add the enrichment items. Sometimes they can feel really placed. Like, it doesn't look like it's a natural flow. It looks like you picked it up and you sat it in front of the trees. Whereas if you blend it into the bushes, it kind of works a little bit more. Maybe that's just me. But there you go, guys. That is it. Okay, so I have officially finished the aardvark habitat. Wow, I cannot talk. And I also realized I've spelled aardvark 3 different ways this entire just playthrough of it, because apparently I didn't realize that aardvarks had 2 A's, like Aaron, you know? But this is it. I need to obviously decorate the outside. I think once that is all done, it will come together much nicer, but I'm not going to bore you guys with the entire thing of that, because it will take a hot minute or 2. But this is it. This is the enclosure. It's nothing too fancy. They've got the nice little foraging box. Got some nice little enrichment items. I mean, obviously I haven't even pressed play yet, because you can see the stuff is floating. Can it swim? Okay, it can. I was about to say, that looked like it was about to drown. Of course, yes, there we go. Here they come. Into their little hidey hole down here, which is very nice. They aren't actually mates yet, which hopefully that happens soon and we can have some more baby aardvarks. Little cutie patootie. We might end on this little cutie patootie. It looks so short and stumpy. I don't know if that's just because it's a cub or if it's got some size issues, but it's pretty goddamn cute. But thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. The noise that it makes. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure. And it's pooping. I swear to God, every time I go to sign off, there is a poop happening in the background. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. It was just a little bit of a revamp. We have not got any new animals yet. Oh my God, it's playing. I didn't realize that they played together. That is so freaking cute. I have some big plans for the future. I want to do a really nice big Africa exhibit with the obviously like safari going through it. And that is poop number 2 for the sign off. How? Do they poop that often, or do I just happen to catch them? They save it up, wait for me to show up with my camera, and they're like, it's a pooping time. But thank you guys once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!